Hello, this is Mr. Wynn. Today's lesson will be about transformations of quadratic graphs. So graphing a quadratic equation is easiest if it's in vertex form. So that is y equals a parentheses x minus h squared plus k, where k moves the graph up or down, h moves it left or right, and moves the opposite. A makes the graph taller or wider. The negative in front of a flips the graph upside down, and h comma k is the vertex. So example 1, write the equation in vertex form, then graph it or sketch it. So to get vertex form, you're going to complete the square. Now, when we complete the square in the other video, remember what you do the one side, do the other side. Basically, you'd add the same number on both sides. Or instead, I could do this. So for example, if I had 1 equals 1, I'm allowed to add the same number on both sides. I could add 5 to both sides, which would still make the equation true, because I could just subtract 5 both sides and it'd cancel out. But the opposite of that is this. I could add and subtract the same number to the same side. So if I added 9, I could also subtract 9. Those would cancel each other out. So that's what we're going to do here. So I'm going to complete the square. I want to find the magic number. I do b divided by 2 and then square that. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. 3 squared is 9. So in this case, this magic number that goes right here will be plus 9. Now that plus 9 can't appear for no reason. So I added 9, I just have to subtract 9 to the same side. So now I have this thing right here, which is a perfect square. So that is x plus 3 squared, and then minus 5 minus 9 makes minus 14. This is now in vertex form. So when I graph my picture, I know I'm making a parabola, it's a U. That minus 14 means down 14. So here's the quadratic. It's the U shape. The minus 14 means down 14. That plus 3 actually means left 3. It's not taller or wider because there's a 1 in front. So here's the invisible 1, and it's not flipped. So I'm going to go down 14, left 3. So this is negative 3, negative 14. Now I'm going to draw a regular U. That's the answer. Alright, be able to find an equation from a graph. For this graph, I see the vertex is right here. That means it went from 0, 0 to right 3 and up 2. Also is flipped, and it looks wider than a regular U. So right 3 means x minus, remember it's the opposite in parentheses. Up 2 means just an added 2 at the side. Flipped upside down means there's a negative in front. And wider means there's a fraction smaller than 1. So let me find which one has minus 3 and plus 2. Here's minus 3 plus 2. Minus 3 plus 2. This is a plus 3, so that's wrong. This is a plus 3, so that's wrong. Alright, the two remaining, A and B, both have a negative sign. Both are flipped, but one is taller, one is wider. I'm looking for the wider one, so the fraction is 1/4. My answer here is B. Alright, and last, again one more time, write this in vertex form and then graph it. If the number in front of x is not 1, so here's negative 2, our other one we did was just a single 1, you need to factor that out. So this is the same thing as taking a negative 2 out, and what's left over would be a x squared minus 4x minus, or see, plus 3 halves. So I'm going to take care of what's inside that grouping symbol. I'm going to do completing the square. So I'm going to find the magic number by doing b divided by 2. So negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. Square that. So that's a plus 4. That's my magic number, plus 4. And you can't just add it for no reason. You have to subtract it from the same side. So now inside this part right here is a perfect square. So that is negative 2. Inside would be x minus 2 squared. And then plus 3 halves minus 4. That would be negative 5 halves. And last, I got to distribute this number I factored out back in. So this is going to multiply both of these. So I end with -2 in front of this. And I multiply that 2, I get +5. So that's the answer in vertex form. Now I need to graph it. So we know that is a parabola. It's quadratic, so it's a U. That +5 means up 5. That -2 means right 2. That 2 in front means taller. And that negative sign means flipped upside down. So when I graph this, instead of 0, 0, I go up 5, right 2. There's a dot there, so that's the point. 2, 5. It's going to be a flipped upside down U, and it's going to be taller and skinnier. And that is the answer. Alright, here's a problem for y'all. So graph this, sketch it, find the domain and range. If you can do this, you should be fine in class. Again, this is Mr. Nguyen. Thanks for watching.